Yesterday I showed you how mining companies are now advertising to defend themselves. Even though fossil fuels are essential to our economy, to our prosperity, to everything, they're demonised by many in politics and the media, so they're fighting back.
Every mine eventually comes to an end, but the use of the land never should. It's why Glencore is a leader in mine rehabilitation in Australia, working with local communities and going beyond what's expected to return our mines to native forests and farmland. We do this because we believe it's the responsible thing to do.
Yeah, that's an ad for Glencore, one of our largest coal miners in this country, but there's a push on to cancel these companies, ban them from advertising, make advertising illegal, just like it is for tobacco companies in this country. They want fossil fuel ads banned because they reckon fossil fuels kill. Spokesperson for this mob, Belinda Noble, is quoted in the 9 media newspapers as saying the fossil fuel industry is less obvious than smoking, but it's also worse than smoking. Burning fossil fuels causes more deaths globally than tobacco does. Now, this is crazy stuff when you think about how prosperity, health and longevity is all underpinned by affordable energy. But this is cancel culture at play. And in this case, I reckon it's cancel culture on steroids. I should add that I railed against this yesterday and organised an interview on this today before I saw that Glencore was advertising on this station, which I noticed this afternoon. So obviously I would back their right to advertise anywhere. I didn't know they were advertising here. Joining me now is the New South Wales Minerals Council Chief Executive Officer, Stephen Galilee. Stephen, this is ridiculous to say that mining companies or gas companies like Santos and whatnot shouldn't be allowed to advertise.
Well, it's a blatant attack on free speech, Chris, apart from anything else. I mean, Glencore, are running those ads. Glencore is the world's largest miner of lithium, which is needed for batteries and the renewable energy transition that those calling for this ban say they want so badly. So there's a lot of different layers in relation to this issue. But our industry, the mining industry, I get asked every day almost by people, for us to explain ourselves, for us to tell our story. And almost every day there are ill-informed claims being made about things that are happening in our industry. And we have a responsibility, to explain and to provide the information to the community that I know that they want. I mean, it's an important industry for the country, and we need to make sure people understand what we do and how we do it. Yeah,
in many ways, it's a travesty. You have to resort to advertising to do that because people should know about this. They should be proud of it. But there's so much demonisation and so much misinformation about these industries, they have to advertise. Now, the reason I want to run this, though, this is not just a few crazies that you don't have to worry about. You know how these things work. They get up online campaigns and social media campaigns, and soon enough, there'll be politicians in Canberra saying there should be laws to ban these advertising campaigns.
I'm sure some are already saying that, Chris, in some parts of the parliament. I imagine the Greens probably have this as a policy somewhere. But, the reality of this ultimately is that, that most of the people that are spreading a lot of misinformation or ill-informed information about our industry are the same people that are saying we shouldn't be able to respond to it. And we do that in a number of different ways, and advertising is part of that. Last year, we were advertising, as an industry to promote vaccination rates in mining communities. Now, surely that's, not the sort of advertising that these people would want to be stopped. Our industry provides, hundreds of millions of dollars to community groups across the country over the last decade. Surely they're not saying those community groups shouldn't accept the money from the resources sector that we provide. And every industry emits. I mean, the transport industry, the freight industry, the agricultural industry, they all are responsible for a percentage of our emissions. So where does this end, Chris? I mean,
yeah, it is ridiculous.
Sam Kekovich banned from advertising on Australia Day because of his connection to the emitting lamb industry, for example.
It is crazy, and that's why we've got to keep on their tail. Thanks for joining us, Stephen.
Thanks, Chris.
Stephen Galilee there from the New South Wales mining industry.